Film Pulse is supported by the kind donations from listeners like you. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/filmpulse for just $1 a month and help keep the podcast on the air. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the laundry yard. Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 249. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Not too bad.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Yeah.
Doing pretty good, Ryan? Hanging in there, bud?
Yep.
Trying to keep it real?
Yep.
All right. What movie do we have you watch? Clown. This is from 2014. Picked this in honor of Spider-Man Homecoming coming out this week. That's right. The director of Clown, John Watts, is the guy doing the new Spider-Man movie. I have a synopsis here. A loving father finds a clown suit for his son's birthday party, only to realize that it's cursed. Now, I watched this as well this week, so I do have I can give some input. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Clown.
Well, there's a mom and dad, and you're made to believe that they love their child and they do anything for him. So they're having a birthday party for the kid, and the clown's supposed to be there cancels. And the mom calls the dad, and it's like, alright, it's cool, I'll take care of it. So he's a real estate agent, and he goes into the basement of the house he's selling, or one of the houses he's selling, and finds a sort of clown costume that is among other junky stuff in a real old trunk. But the clown costume, oddly enough, doesn't look old at all. It looks brand new. So he puts his makeup on and the wig on and all that, and they have this party. Kids are happy. And later on, the dad tries to take the clown get-up off, and it won't come off. So he uses a construction site of one of the houses he's selling. And the people that are working there start making fun of him because he has this white paint in his face and a wig on the clown does. And he goes in the bathroom and he's trying everything to get this off. And he tries to get the outfit off with a straight razor.
A box cutter.
And when he's trying to cut off his wrist, he ends up slipping and cutting himself. Which, first of all, I'm pretty sure he cut himself right where for lack of better terms, right where suicide people do it. And it doesn't seem to face him. And he also tries to yank off the nose, and he uses a pair of pliers and won't budge. And he also, I forget what he's trying to, he breaks the hands off, trying to get something else off.
The suit, he sticks the electric saw down the front of the suit, like where his neck is, and it breaks the saw blade.
So he has told his wife, who is a dental hygienist, I believe, and so she's like, why see this all the time? I'll try and I'll be able to take care of this. So she tries and can't get anything off, and she ends up putting a pair of pliers on the nose ball, and it says, alright, hold on. And they both get death grips, which to me, if you need that kind of grip to take them off, it probably shouldn't be coming off. But anyway, she puts the pliers on the clown nose and grips and yanks backwards. And the nose comes off, but part of his actual nose comes off too. So the rest of the movie, he has a bandage on his face and like halfway not there nose. And upon investigation into this house that he's reselling, he finds the people that he's shown in and apparently finds the owner of the concert and he goes in to get it off. And this guy tells him that the concert won't come off because it's a demon attached to the spoon. And the only way it'll come off is if he cuts his head off, or someone cuts his head off, or I just lost my entire train of thought.
If he cuts his head off or eats 5 children.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If he eats 5 kids, the demon will be peace and go away. And the old guy telling him all this. In the meantime, drugs him with tea, ends up passing out. The guy tries to cut his head off because he knows there's a demon in there. He tries to make short work of the movie. And that doesn't happen. And the guy who tried to cut that off ends up in the hospital because he gets hurt and arrested for trying to kill the other guy. So the first guy goes to a hotel. Not sure, I can't remember what happens in between that. I'll think of it.
He goes into the woods first, like he flees into the forest to hide out.
Mm-hmm.
But then, while in the forest, he ends up actually eating a child.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't eat the kid completely. He bites the kid's fingers off.
The kid runs away, like, and nothing really happens to him. As a result of it, the second kid, oh no, boy, kids make them. The second kid's not the video game kid, is it?
No. The second kid is the kid, so he goes to hide out at the hotel after the forest. And there's a kid that lives, it's not really a hotel, it's actually an apartment complex. It looks like a shitty motel, but he owns it's one of another property that he has that he's trying to sell. And he hides out there, and a kid who I guess lives in one of the nearby apartments sees him and tries to become friends with him.
And the guy's trying to cut his head off by himself by having to Phoenix Falls and knocking his shoe back into the soil. Well, he kind of does that and then freaks out and kicks the one leg of the chair and snaps his whole blade off and shoots it into the kid. So that kid's dead. Then there's a kid that makes fun of his son. He's like a bully at his son's school. And you see him playing video games online. And all of a sudden the clown comes in. And you see him for a second. Then he eats a kid. That kid's dead.
I liked that scene because there was a funny scene involving Code Red Mountain Dew being spilled on the floor.
Wait, what are we at right now? How many kids has he killed?
At this point, 2.
Okay, it seems like a lot more.
3.
Nah, because he doesn't kill the Boy Scout kid.
Oh yeah, it eats him. Eats his hand.
Okay, so 2 deaths and just one missing a hand right now.
So then he goes to like a Jamboree place.
He goes to Chuck E. Cheese.
Is that
Like they even show, which surprised me, they even show the Chuck E. Cheese logo.
Oh wow, I must have completed it.
Chuck E. Cheese.
So
Dude, that scene. Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead, Ryan.
I thought you could probably describe it in more detail.
Well, basically, what he goes to Chuck E. Cheese on a Thursday evening, and it's just packed with kids, and it basically turns into a slasher movie that's in a Chuck E. Cheese, where you don't know where he is, and he's like popping up and killing kids in the ball pit, and it's and
And then you see a head roll down one of the slides.
yeah, and
And
he's
everyone freaks out and runs away. Then the next kid is wife's the dentist, and she's at work one night, and there's a little girl who missed her ride home, and she needs a ride home. She's late for one, so he's like, "Hey, let's go, I'll take you." And it ends up being out in the middle of the woods because she knows that if this demon gets 5 kids, then her husband will eventually come back. So she drives out in the middle of nowhere and tells the girl, "We're here." And the girl gets in the car, and as soon as she gets out, the mom shuts the door and locks the door. And then all of a sudden the cop pulls up. The little girl runs away, and the cop says, "The mom, alright, stay here, I'm gonna go after her." So I assume that he is after her because they really don't say anything else about it. So then the last kid is their actual kid, Jack, and he's currently with his grandfather. And at this point, they get back to the house to talk to the dad because the grandpa doesn't understand what's happening and just thinks the dad's been an asshole. So he goes to talk to him and takes a kid with him. And they're in the kitchen, and the mom comes in the house and yells for them. You don't hear anything, and then the grandpa is in the kitchen. You see him for about 2 seconds, and then you see the clown rip his jaw off and just walk away. So the only one's left of the little kid and they love the mom. So the clown and the mom kind of get a little scuffle, and the little kid goes to hide. And oh my god!
and basically the clown just hunts them, and then they eventually capture the clown and
Oh,
chain him up in the basement.
and then the little kid's like, the mom's still all about taming her dad, and the little kid's like, "It's not dad anymore." And at one point, the demon uses the dad's voice to like try to be calm and make everyone calm. And all of a sudden, lunges at the kid. So the mom takes a sledgehammer and whacks his head clean off, and then rips at his spine after she figures out it didn't come no way out. And you see at the very end of the movie, you see everything in the evidence room at the police station. And the cloud suit is in the evidence locker. The screen goes black, and I assume they did that to leave it open for a sequel.
Yeah, it was a
It's
little
like,
twist ending there. Not even a twist ending, but just showing that the suit's still there. All right, so what did you think of this?
middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
I had a blast with this movie. I thought this
Really?
movie. I thought it was really fun. It felt like to me. It felt like one of those kind of '90s style horror movies, like Thinner, one of those where it was
Okay.
almost like a body horror movie, just because of what was happening to him, to old Kent. And I thought that the humor in it was actually pretty good. Like it kind of worked for me. Thought it was pretty funny. What did you think about the more humorous elements, Ryan? Did you find it?
It's pretty good. I mean, there were a couple lines I laughed out loud.
Did you find it
Like,
scary at all? Did you find the clown to be creepy?
I found the clown to be creepy just because I find all clowns to be creepy.
Yeah, I didn't think the movie was that scary. I mean, the clown was creepy looking, but I was expecting it to be more, I don't know, menacing, I guess. I mean, when he finally transforms, like in his like final form, that was creepy looking because it didn't even look like a person anymore. It really did look like some kind of weird clown demon.
It reminded me a lot of Leatherface, only with a white face.
Yeah, sort of. I guess there were definitely some Leatherface vibes in the design. There was one little thing. I think it was the best shot in the entire movie, and I thought that it was really effective. There's the scene when he first goes into the motel, and this is a spoiler, but it's already been spoiled through Ryan's summary. He goes before he comes up with the idea to kill himself using the saw blades. He tries to just shoot himself in the head, and the scene when he shoots himself in the head, and instead of like blood and brain matter, all his blood has turned rainbow colored. So when he shoots himself, it's like rainbow colors that splatter on the back of the bathroom wall, and it just, I don't know why, but I the way that the shot was framed, it looked really good. It was just a really effective shot because you didn't expect that to happen. Like you knew he was about to kill himself, but the whole rainbow blood was definitely a surprise. You didn't mention, Ryan, that the dog also became a demon. Their dog, because
Yeah.
when they ripped his nose off, their dog actually ate the piece of nose that came off, and by that point it had already been infected with the demon. So the dog turned into a clown dog.
No, that's interesting. I'd watch that movie.
The thing is, they didn't really explore it that much. And there was one other thing, and I thought that they were going to go here with it. At the beginning of the film, you find out that his wife is pregnant, Meg. And at the end, after they reveal that he needs to, I don't know if he has to kill 5 children or just eat them or not. But I thought, oh, well, that'd be interesting if he somehow, because he's like, they're fighting and he's like beating the shit out of her and they're like tumbling around and stuff. And I thought it was going to end with their unborn child being, killed. And that was going to end the curse.
Yeah.
But they didn't, that's not what happened at all. And they didn't do anything with that plot line.
Huh. Now I want to go back to the demon dog real quick. Just one question. Let's see what you guys think. So the actual clown, like the human clown demon, has to eat 5 children, right? So with it being a demon dog, does the dog then have to still eat 5 human children or 5 puppies?
Ooh, that's a good question. They don't explore that in the movie, and I don't know the answer. I would guess human children, just because it's the same demon, just in a different vessel.
This demon's just really hooked on human children.
Yeah. Well, they get into the whole mythos behind it. Like they say that the original clown, it was not like a fun children's thing. It comes from like Icelandic mythology or something.
And the guy's brother, the old guy, the guy from the beginning that told this kid guy about the demon. His brother wore the concert for children. He worked at a children's hospital, but they kind of don't go any further than that either.
Well, they do sort of. So Peter Stormare is the old guy that Ryan was mentioning, and he was the one that actually wore the clown suit originally, or not originally, but he wore the clown suit as well. And it was his brother's house that had the clown suit that Kent was selling. And when Peter Stormare's character got the suit stuck to him, what his brother did, his brother was a doctor in a children's hospital. He actually took the sickest kids, like the kids that were about to die, and fed them to him to break the curse. That's how he knew that you had to feed him 5 children.
You would think the demon would be kind of pissed off by that because he's not getting healthy kids.
Yeah, getting the scraps.
Yeah.
Here's my question. If they knew he had to eat 5 kids, but the curse was broken, why would it have been broken when he ate 5 sick kids back in the day?
Well, I guess it appeases. It's not. I don't know if it's. I guess it's cursed, but you just appease the demon. You know, you gotta appease it every once in a while. So it was like a temporary thing.
I guess if someone puts the costume on there.
Yeah, once you put the costume on, and the costume was pretty cool looking. It looked like a suit, but it also kind of looked like skin. Like it had definition to it. Like you could see kind of like muscle definition with the suit. It was kind of an interesting suit.
That dog looked like the zombie dogs in Resident Evil.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I thought it looked better than those dogs, but it definitely did. I like the effects work, like the makeup effects and the gore effects and stuff. I thought were really good. The jaw ripping scene looked a little shaky, but it was still effective. They used CG for that, and I was like, eh.
It happened very quickly. It was like bam.
Yeah. I was also surprised the double buzzsaw scene. First of all, I thought that was a really clever way to decapitate yourself.
Yeah.
And second, where that goes when he fails to do it and knocks them over and it causes it to break and kill that kid. That was pretty surprising to me. They showed that kid just get it. He got that buzzsaw hard in the back.
Oh my.
All right, so
a little video game dickhead got it too.
Yeah, that was the other thing I liked, the video game scene, because I don't know if I've ever seen a movie that's been that accurate in what voice chat in online video games sounds like, where it's just a bunch of people swearing just nonstop, talking shit and being awful. And then they showed the teabagging scene. And I don't know. I thought that was fun. They were playing Halo, I guess, too. So that was interesting.
Hard to imagine Halo used to look like that.
Yeah. All right. So final thoughts on Clown.
I guess if you're into horror movies about it, you'd probably like it. I'm kind of into horror movies, but for whatever reason, not this one.
Okay, fair.
I mean, it was still cool, but it wasn't like my favorite ever.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my favorite ever either, but I did have fun with it. Let's talk about the director, John Watts. So, in addition to Clown, he did Cop Car from 2015. Remember Cop Car, Kevin? I think we reviewed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Cop Car for the most part. I think you liked. Yeah, I think you liked that one too. Ryan, you would actually like Cop Car too. It's about these two kids that steal a cop car, and then the cop car is like owned by a corrupt police officer played by Kevin Bacon.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen one.
It's cool. It's pretty cool. He did a segment in our RoboCop remake, which we actually did on Ryan Watches a Movie. Remember, there was one episode where we did two movies, and our RoboCop remake was one of them. I don't know which segment he did. It says segment 6 or scene 6.
If I remember correctly, there were a shitload. There were like 30 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot because it was a shot-for-shot remake of RoboCop, but they got tons of directors to do each scene. Like basically, each scene was a different director, so that was interesting. That's pretty much it. He did a short film called Clown, which was the basis of this movie.
I hope that one's about the clown dog, though.
I don't think so. This was a trailer. This was a fake trailer.
Oh, yeah, I read about that where they did fake trailer and attached Eli Roth's name to it.
And then Eli Roth
And
actually,
Eli Roth was like,
yeah,
these guys fucking ballsy working with them.
yeah, and then Eli Roth actually approached them to make this movie. Yeah, Eli Roth is a producer on this, as are Bob and Harvey Weinstein are executive producers on this movie. So I thought that was an interesting little thing to see in the credits.
Okay.
He did a bunch of stuff for The Onion. He did 13 episodes of The Onion News Network. He did 10 episodes of The Onion Sports Dome. And that's pretty much it. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, let's go ahead and give you your drum roll. What do you give Clown?
5.
That is a 5 out of 10. Man of his
He
word,
said-
straight down the middle.
He said straight down the middle.
Yep.
Whatever happened to Andrew Garfield?
He's still doing movies. He's still doing his thing.
Wasn't
Is he
he
though?
supposed to be in the
Is
news?
he?
No, they wanted to separate themselves from those.
That's already happened.
Yeah, he was Spider-Man
Yeah,
twice. And
wasn't only one of them?
he was in 2 of them.
He only got to do 2.
Yeah, he did 2 of them.
I thought that was fair.
Poor Andrew Garfield.
He's another one of those people you hate, isn't he? Another one of those
Yeah.
British
He's
actors
so-
that you can't
he's-
stand.
He's actually not British.
Oh, really?
I thought, no, wait. Okay. Never mind. He was born in California and then moved to England.
Yeah, could have sworn he was.
Yeah, he's just a terrible actor.
I like Andrew Garfield. He has a new movie. He actually has a new movie coming out. I got an email about it today, but it's the directorial debut of what's his name? Damn it.
Andy Serkis.
Yes, Andy Serkis. Nice. I'm glad you somehow knew that I was talking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think about the new Spider-Man, Ryan? Spider-Man Homecoming.
I like the fact that Iron Man and some of the events were in it. But other than that, it really doesn't excite me. I'm done with Spider-Man.
Done. You're done with that fucking guy.
It seems
You-
like they're all the same.
You're sick and tired of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Now,
Although I've seen Batman more, and I'm not tired of Batman.
something tells me that this new Spider-Man is not going to be the same. I think that it's going to be significantly different now that it's back under the Marvel Studios umbrella. It's still owned by Sony, but I guess Sony's licensing it off, or there's some sort of agreement there.
Now, what if I told you that this Spider-Man has Bokeem Woodbine?
What do you think
Oh,
about that,
man.
Ryan? Bokeem?
Does that
man.
change things? You're in now?
Straight jacking.
He plays Shocker number 2.
Tom Holland is the new Spider-Man, a British actor. Kevin, young male British actor. What's your hatred level on Tom Holland?
I don't know if I've seen Tom Holland in anything. I'm going to go ahead and guess that Tom Holland is not a good actor.
I guess
That's
we'll
going to be my guess.
find out. Michael Keaton is in this. Plays Vulture.
Okay.
He's the bad guy. Pretty excited about that. The early reviews of this have been popping up. I don't know if they're just like media, if the media embargo has lifted or whatever, the social media embargo, or if there's actually written reviews, full reviews of this yet. But from what I gather on the Twitters, this is very good. This movie's very good. So
That's what they always say.
I'm pretty excited for it. It looks very colorful, and I like that. I'm kind of tired of the whole, dark, gritty, colorless superhero movies. I like the idea of a bright, vibrant superhero movie. And this one it just looks fun. Like, it just looks like it's going to be funny and lighthearted. I like that idea.
All right.
I want Michael Caine to play Batman again.
You want Michael Caine to play Batman?
Michael Caine
Michael
to
Keaton?
play Batman again.
What if I told you in the new Spider-Man halfway through, he's like, I'm done being the Vulture. And he puts the Batman
I'm going to
suit
be
on,
the Batman.
and then he tries to hijack the movie as Batman.
That might be the best movie ever.
I just saw
I
a
would-
funny thing
that would
because
be fantastic.
Hannibal Buress is in the new Spider-Man movie, and there was I guess a red carpet premiere this week, maybe today even, and somebody is on the red carpet pretending to be Hannibal Buress. and, and they're like doing interviews as him and everything, and nobody seems to know that it's not him, even though it clearly doesn't look anything like him.
Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, I think it is a terrible statement on
Not knowing
race
Hannibal
in
Buress.
America.
Yeah, that too.
All right, Ryan. Final thoughts. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Clown.
All right.
Yo,
enough.
Emma Stone, no me like it.
What? What did you say?
No Emma Stone, no me like it.
No Emma Stone. No me likey.
All right.
I'd like you to come up with a sentence that makes you sound even more like a creep, please.
Yeah.
Those, yeah.
Keep in mind, that was from a full-grown man. This works in that order. Came out of a full-grown man's mouth.
All right, and on that note, I think we'll end it for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
Bye.